I would first like to talk to you concerning women in prison. According to a 2005 statistic, women in prison outnumber men in prison by 17.4%. And this is an alarming amount of statistics, particularly since over 64,000 of women that are in state and federal custodies of the penal system announced that they had over 147 and 400,000 minor children. That means 147, 400,000 minor children without their primary caregiver. Because of these situations, a lot of these mothers take their children to parents or grandparents or aunts or uncles, so they won't have to become a part of the foster care system. And then some of these 147, 400 children are born in the penal system and automatically become a part of foster care. Unless there's an adult or a relative around that's capable of taking care of these children, they become a part of the foster care system. The group that I'm promoting is CCIM. It's Communities Caring for Children of Incarcerated Mothers. And CCIM is this fantastic group that allows minor children to be a part of society while their parents are paying debts to society. What we do is we find out children that qualify. They have a primary caregiver that is actually serving time, paying a debt to society, and we partner them with what we call a host family. And they could have more than one host family, just depending on the family itself. A family may only want to dedicate 1 weekend a year to a child. Nothing is too little. If they only want to do 1 weekend a year, it's 1 weekend a year. Then we have some families that have children already, and they like to do something once a month. So the child ends up with several other families. Sometimes the families are run by single mothers. Sometimes they're two-parent homes. Sometimes they're non-traditional with stepchildren involved. It could be a different scenario. But what we try to empower the families is to foster an environment where the children can still be a part of society and not feel left out of society because their parents are serving time. Because mothers are primary caregivers, usually children that don't have a mother around can be, but it's not proven to be less nurtured. So we're all into the nurture factor of CCIM. We encourage the families to take the children on field trips. Like if you're planning a family trip to the Colorado Rockies or to a baseball game in Atlanta, or they're going to their first New Orleans Saints game, we encourage them to take the children with them. There are some things that we provide as far as if it's a monetary issue. If a family's going to already spend $1,200 for a family of 4 to go on vacation, well, we'll pay the extra $200 for you to take the child. So some of the parents won't accept any monetary help, but some of them need it. Some people are more affluent than others. Also, if any of the parents of the host families are college graduates, we also encourage campus tours. We also sponsor once a year appreciation for the host families, where we take the host families out for bowling. We go out for fun things like golfing. We have a big reception at the end, and you get a chance to see your child's progress that you've hosted. Also, you get to see your child's progress as they go off to school. Sometimes they're awarded scholarships. And we also have a program where they are involved in the arts because clearly if they're living in a fixed income, they can't afford, regular things, school supplies. We provide school supplies. We provide a couple of uniforms to them every school year. And we also get them into summer programs if there's one available. And sometimes if they're in a rigorous academic program, like a magnet program, some of them are, because they're just that smart, then we enroll them in the arts in the summer. So they get to take ballet lessons, or they learn how to play the clarinet, the flute, the guitar. Some of them do percussion. Some of them learn dance, speech, poetry. We have some people to come in and teach them about prose, and just to pique their interest and see what they're interested in. They also heavily involved in sports programs. Some of them participate in the Y. And we just need families to help just to keep the children nurtured because it's a community job. Also, another thing that we try to foster is a relationship with the parent. If the parent is wanting to see the child, then we do facilitate visits to prison so moms can actually see their children, their progress, just getting involved and getting something done. And it's just an all positive thing because nothing will get done until somebody does it. And we're just concerned about these children actually having a shot at life. Financial aid papers are filled out for college. We get them involved in programs like Upward Bound and Educational Talent Search, which actually takes children. If you're a first-time graduate, your parents aren't graduates of a college or university, don't have a 4-year degree, you qualify for programs. Also, scholarships like the Gates Millennium Scholars, where neither one of your parents ever graduated from school. You'll be the first generation. You qualify. If you're a minority, you qualify. And we give out scholarships. Just they're small stipends for school. We try to give them out all while you're registered as a full-time student. So it's not just your first year, your second year. It's all the way up until you graduate. It's not much, but it will pay for clothing. It can pay for books. It can pay other fees like lab fees and things like that you incur when you're in college. We do that by sometimes giving gift certificates from the bookstore, and they serve in the form of book vouchers. So they can get notebooks, pens, paper, just whenever they need any kind of supplies, staplers, rulers. Also, for the first time last year, there was a program where we sponsored laptops. All of the first-time students that went away to school received a laptop. So we can't do that every year for every student, but it does allow us to get the students a laptop, and hopefully they can keep it the 4 years that they're there.